Ahoy there! Today we will be looking at a project from another channel because I actually want to contribute with a pull request to solve a problem differently and to see if that is a solution that you enjoy better. The problem we will be looking at is basically the selection of cards within the hand of the player in this deck building roguelike game. The thing is that in this project, I'm going to show you, we are using here exactly the same system that I used in my interactive map, where we use an Area2D with a collision shape to actually make a system that will know when the mouse is being hovered, etc., etc. There's a slight problem which is very annoying. When you have several Area2D which share the same space, there is no such thing as knowing which one is on top of the other. So in the situation we had with several cards, basically the game or the engine doesn't know that this DefendCard is in front of this AttackCard. So it's quite complicated to actually make a system that will sort this out, right? But while I was thinking about making a skill tree, I think it was ChatGPT which gave me a pretty good idea, which was actually to use not an Area2D on there, but actually use a control node to get the interaction so that it get all the advantages of control nodes. So this is what we will be doing today. We will be refactoring, or not refactoring, sorry, but we will be reworking on a project. So we will see all the tools, all the methods which you can use to work on something that is not yours, right? It is a crucial skill as a dev to be able to get in the code of someone else and do things with it, right? It's very important, especially if you want to work with other people. If you want to work alone for the entire rest of your time, then it's fine, you don't need that. And that would imply that you do not go in code that you made yourself and which is so old that you don't remember the structure and the reasoning behind things. So for example, in this episode, I watched the episode where the card selection was made quite a few days ago, so I basically barely can't remember what was in it. And I was listening to the video while I was playing another game, so let's say I wasn't very focused. So anyway, let's start with that. So first I will basically just check that this Area2D doesn't do too much things, so that removing it isn't gonna destroy everything that I don't want to remove. So here it seems fine, right? So the Area2D triggers a few signals, which are the mouse exit, mouse entered, and the input. So now I will just delete this node and add a child node, which will be a TextureButton, and I will set the anchor to a full rect. So at the moment it's a bit problematic because we need to actually know the size of the card. So we need to find a way to get the size of this. So here we have the base card sprite, all right? We basically want the texture button to match the base card sprite. Because right there we could put the texture button in there and have this rect thing to go there. But then the problem is that we have those labels. But actually that's fine because those labels don't block the mouse. We don't block the mouse, so we could have everything we need in there. Okay, so now I should be able to get my mouse entered connect on this card here. And I'm gonna pick, so okay, so we have those two methods. And I think I will rename the methods because they mention Area2D and that is something we don't want because we're... So right there, I will just rename those methods and keep the signal exactly the same. So now I can safely connect those signals and pick mouse entered and mouse exited. So I'm gonna connect this. And I'm gonna connect the next one. So here we have a signal which is, if I remember correctly, is sent to somewhere that will calculate which card is the main card. All right. So here I will just make a simple research on mouse entered in the code so that I can find where this signal is being connected. So I'm gonna find in files and we'll look for mouse entered. In fact, I could look for mouse entered.connect, but that's it. Here we have the mouse entered connect, so this is where it's landing. We have this add card method, which is fine. And then we know that the mouse entered and mouse exited are dealt with in the handle card touched. So here is the method. And here is the last method, right? So we have this touched and we add something here. Or we remove the card when it is untouched. So we have an array of touched cards right there. Here, for example, we are using this input event where we check for mouse clicks. And so here in the process, we are actually watching the amount of cards in hand. I think I have a better understanding. So what I will do is I will go back to the card because in here, we actually have the highlight and unhighlight methods. So what I will do is actually call these methods in the mouse entering and exiting signals. Now that we have this, I will actually take care of the pressed inputs. I will actually rename this on card interacted with. There. And here, I will actually create a new signal, which is exactly like the other one, which is card interacted, card clicked. It's hard to find a name really for this kind of things all the time. So here, on card being interacted with. Oh, there's two cards. That's weird. and I pick this on card interactively. All right, so it's connected again. So here I will just emit the signal, which is card clicked, and I will emit with self in there. So if we go back in the hand, all right, we have this card activated. And here we create a card. We emit the card when the input is actually happening. So this method we will be able to replace with a simple signal transmission. There's a slight typo mistake. I think usable doesn't take U here. I'm not sure. I'm not native English myself, so I still have a anyway. So here I will simply activate the signal and emit, activating. I will just transmit the card basically. And I will completely remove this method as well as the ready method. Well, ready method is not part of my job. All right. So now that I created this, I gotta make sure that when I add a card to the hand, that I do bind this method to the signal of the card itself. So right now I'm seeing that we have this card clicked thing because we use the card activated signal in there. I will rename the other one to match this, right? So I'm just going to change this very quickly. Okay, so now we handle both the highlight and the card activation, so we can actually remove everything that's working with that, right? So we will remove the highlight thing and the touch thing. So I'm just going to remove this. Those handle card touched and untouched will be able to be removed as well. Those two signals can as well be deleted. Well, they must be deleted because they are now referring to deprecated methods, and the highlight thing is actually controlled by the card itself. I will also remove the touched and currently selected card thing in there. Okay. So we probably are done with the refactoring of this. So now it's just a question of testing the game with the new feature and see how the game's working. So we can. So I guess I gotta check this type. Yep, so here we don't have the signal card activated. So I'm just gonna add this in there. Let's try again. So now we can add a few cards, and when we hover over the card, we have the right behavior, right? So I should be able to attack and defend. So at the moment, it doesn't work. All right, so right here, I'm actually starting to think that the attack card and defend card are actually not using the script card. So here, we actually have a usable card that is being triggered. So what I need to do is have this card have the signal card activated. So I'm gonna go with something because right there I don't need to emit those things. But instead I need to have the attack card say that we have this on card activated. So here I just created this simple on card activated method, and I will grab the card activated from the card itself, and I will pick the right method to do that. I will pick the right method. So here, so it seems like it's working. So now I'm gonna go in my DefendCard, which has the same thing, right? Because we're using the UsuableCard here. But I again need to connect this card activated, and I will pick this on card activated and connect it. Right, so now I have this working properly. So I can start the game, right? Create a few cards. I can attack, defend, and attack and defend. Oh, I can't? I can't activate my last card? Oh, I can because I... What the hell? Oh, is it because I can use only 3 cards? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Whew! I feel better now. It's alright. Okay, so I think we're done for this episode. Well, actually, maybe I can go all the way with doing the pull requests. Alright, so I sent the pull request and we're done for now. So at the moment I didn't plan to publicly release this video. Actually, this will just be a non-listed video. Maybe it will be public sometime, but I don't know. So if it does, well, thank you for watching. Otherwise, thank you for watching those who had access to the non-listed video. See ya.